Hey guys, what's good? Mike here, Laker Talk. Let's talk Laker basketball first off. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I hadn't posted since Thanksgiving. We haven't played since Thanksgiving or prior to that. So that was a nice little break, but we got back into action yesterday. But hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. But we lose to the Clippers yesterday, fall to 8-12 on the season. I want to talk about that. I was at that game live. I got invited to that game. It was kind of cool to see a game live, being how involved I am now with my blog, my YouTube channel, and just being attentive to the games that I have in the last couple years or so. What I mean by that is prior to that, I wasn't really that involved with detail, like from player to player. I was watching the game as like a casual fan and really observing, just, you know, my knowledge of basketball was always there. But now that I'm really detailed, picking up on what, like, player tendencies on defense, offense, and things like that, seeing the game live is crazy compared to just watching the games on TV. And I like watching the games on TV. I prefer watching the games on TV. But when you watch it live, I mean, it's nuts. It's night and day. Crazy. Anyway, I want to talk about what I see what's going on with the Lakers. I feel we have a lot of good things going on. Like you can see, we were in that Clippers game. We were up late, even before Blake Griffin went out. We were up. That was a beatable game. A lot of these games are beatable, but then we end up beating ourselves. But when you chalk it all up, there's a lot of little nicks. I call it, when, you know, basically death by 1,000 cuts. Okay, you got these little nicks here and there, and you don't address them. We end up, you know, beating ourselves down the road. If we fix a few of these issues, 20% of these issues, we can get back to 500 basketball, in my opinion. That's what I mean by, I want to go through a few issues we gotta fix. Starting with Lonzo, okay? Lonzo still can't shoot, okay? We know Lonzo does a lot of things well. He still can't shoot. It's awful, okay? And I've said this, and it's like a broken record. When you are a historically bad shooter in the NBA, you don't shoot yourself out of being bad. You actually address those issues before you continue to shoot 1 for 7, 1 for 8 from the 3. Okay, you just can't do that. Okay, Lonzo Ball shooting a 3-pointer right now is like a turnover. Okay, somebody tweeted me that, and I'm like, that's actually true. It's like a turnover. He's shooting less than 20% or in the 20s. It's almost like shoot the ball and we'll get the ball back. From a defensive standpoint, it's a bad shot. So Lonzo, first off, we have to address his mechanics, but he has to do all the things he does well. Like I said, it's like a broken record. He's got to play fast. Yesterday, watching that game, he didn't push the ball up not one time against the Clippers. Okay, we can't have that. When he walks the ball up really slow, it leads to a half-court set. Leading, if the ball gets back to him, players are basically playing a zone against him, begging him to shoot the 3, which he has a wide open 3, and he ends up taking that 3 and hitting the backboard, basically. What he needs to do is always be pushing. Push it into the heart, the teeth of the defense, and kick the ball back out. Maybe there's nothing, okay? But try to create something. If there's a little opening, try to create off that. If there's nothing, kick the ball back out or run the ball back out and move the ball. Your first instinct is, and then to pass the ball, right? So you're gonna have we got scores, but if the ball falls in Lonzo's hand and now he has to call for a screen and the defender goes under the screen, he can do several things. He can move the ball. He can try to take that man off the dribble one-on-one, right? He doesn't have to pull up for the 3 if the guy goes under every single time. Right? He can try to maneuver and get around that guy one-on-one, possibly. Drive a little bit closer into the teeth of the defense and then kick the ball back out. Maybe play some pick and pop, right? So you have that component. And just don't always go for the 3. Okay? So you got to play fast, and try to get closer to the rim. Okay? Scientifically, it's a higher percentage shot if he gets closer. I know a lot of people saying he can't even finish at the rim. Of course, but he has better success closer to the rim. Dunking the ball, left hand, so forth. Okay, try that instead of shooting less than 20% from the arc. Okay, that's my thing about Lonzo. So Lonzo needs to fix that, and he needs to, his IQ is high enough to where he needs to be accountable for the fact that he's not pushing the ball up. Okay, so that's one. And two, his IQ is so high, he needs to be accountable to the fact that why does he keep shooting the three when he can't make it? Okay, he needs to know that he's not there. Okay, Ben Simmons knows that he can't shoot the three, so he doesn't shoot it. Right? Rondo knew that he couldn't shoot the three, so he didn't shoot it. All right, you just can't keep turning the ball over by shooting the ball. Come on, Lonzo. Okay, you're better than that. And coaching staff needs to riddle this in his head to keep pushing the ball up. Okay, use your strengths, not your weaknesses. Going down the list, Kyle Kuzma. We know Kyle Kuzma is good. He's a good scorer. But watching him live, he loafs on defense. He doesn't have an interest on the defensive end. Okay, when you got basically Kyle Kuzma, he kind of slaps around a little bit, and it's kind of like, it's like a half-hearted attempt to maybe get a charge or box somebody out or actually really defend somebody. His heart's not in defense. He's really more so looking to get out on the wing. So that's why he doesn't get a lot of rebounds. He's not there to box people out. He's there really to see the ball bounce out, and he's out. And he's looking to score and get the outbound transition pass, some forth. So Kyle Kuzma is a liability on the defensive end, especially when the opposing team has a strong offensive big like Blake Griffin. That's why it was a perfect setup with Larry Nance Jr. starting. Okay, now Kyle Kuzma coming off the bench playing against somebody like what's the guy for the Clippers? I forgot his name, but he can get up and down on that guy and score on that guy all day. And I love Kyle Kuzma coming off the bench with his scoring ability. But the defensive IQ is very low right now on Kyle Kuzma. So that, and his IQ decision making with the ball in his hands is also low. He fumbles the ball, he throws the ball away, he does a lot of bonehead stuff. Offensively, I mean, his stock is high, but defensively and IQ with the ball in his hand, decision making is low. So he's got to work on that. Larry Nance Jr., I like Larry Nance Jr. where he is. He's like, to me, he's like a 9 and 7 guy, very smart, high IQ. I'm gonna leave him alone. KCP, this dude, he can play, but he will not pass the ball. I don't like this dude getting the ball every time thinking about scoring. He needs to share the ball a little bit. We don't need him scoring 30 points, okay, leaving everybody wide open, not passing the ball. There was another play where he had 3-on-1. Lonzo had the lob on the right side, and he went up. I think he went up for a shot or did something stupid. I forgot. But it just blew my mind that KCP, day in, day out, is shooting the ball, not even looking to pass. I like his game, but he needs to scale that back with some team play, in my opinion. So we need to work on that. That's also something that's hurting us. Brandon Ingram, I love his play. Got to work on the free throws, okay? But I like what Brandon Ingram is doing, and slowly, he can ball. I like when he gets to the rim. He's kind of like unstoppable of late, getting to the rim and finishing. Use the jumper a little bit more. If you can have those two, you got a double-edged sword. So I would do that. Brook Lopez, he has no heart right now. I mean, he's like the which one of the was it the Scarecrow, Tin Man? No, the Scarecrow didn't have the heart. I think, or was it the Lion? Okay, one of them didn't have the heart. That's Brook Lopez right now. He's too good to be playing with no heart, and he's getting paid too much money to be playing with no heart. So that's that's Brook Lopez right now. We got to fix that. All right, that's pretty much sums up our starting lineup. On the bench, I just want to talk about Julius Randle. Julius Randle is great off the bench in spurts, but his bull in a china shop mentality is just getting old. Man, he's in his 4th year. I'm watching this game live. This dude's elbowing people. He's knocking people over. When everybody's calling out. It was funny sitting around me. He's gonna flop. When Julius got the ball in the post and started backing down his man, everybody was like, no, He's gonna flop. All the Laker fans knew that Julius Randle was gonna charge over somebody, and guess what? He charged over somebody. He had like 6 turnover charges or something. It was bad. It was horrible. Maybe not 6, but it looked like he was just elbowing cats, running over cats, and it was just like he was in there too long. The point here is Julius Randle does a lot of things well, his energy, all that stuff, but I mean, he's got to chill on that. So we got to fix that. Jordan Clarkson, you know, he's been good. So, you know, that pretty much sums up the key players that we need to fix in terms of being really strong for us offensively. Brewer is going to be a good defensive player, and Josh Hart's going to be a good defensive player. Josh Hart, once he gets a shot and be more assertive on the offensive end, you know, he'll be good for us. Brewer is not going to do anything offensively. He's just going to be a good defensive player. So that pretty much sums up those things that I outlined. If we just fix some of those things, we'll start chipping away at some of these games. So many turnovers yesterday, bonehead turnovers by, you know, Randle, Kuzma, just at key moments where it just hurt us. It doesn't look like much. You don't see it in the stat book, but just little things. And the fact that we're not getting anything out of Lopez. We got to start getting something out of Lopez more than what we have been. And if we fix these things, I think we'll start seeing us chip away at some of these wins and get back to closer to 500 basketball. That's my thoughts. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts by commenting, liking, subscribing. As always, follow me on Twitter at MikeSportsLA. We got Golden State tomorrow, I believe. See how that goes. Peace.